I smell froggy.
For some reason, just when Big said, I smell froggy there, I heard froggy as like an adjective, like I smell froggy as in like I smell fishy. That amused me more than it should. I should probably talk about the plot of this particular team at some point. So, Amy is on some kind of weird, borderline stalkerish obsession with Sonic the Hedgehog, which is why she's going after him. She wants to force Sonic to marry her. It's all really super dodgy. Cheese has, so she has two chows. She has Cream. No, she's called Cream. Cheese is the chow who's with her currently. Chocola is the other chow that comes with her, but he has currently been abducted. As too has Froggy, Big the Cat's pet frog, who accompanies him on fishing expeditions, I believe. They've both been kidnapped by a kind of masked figure. So that was the really impetus here. If you remember that from the cutscene at the beginning of level 1, if you blank that from your minds, I absolutely do not blame you. We're doing quite a bit of rail grinding this episode, but we've just stopped actually, so I will talk about that more when we get round to another round of it. Yes, this is Rail Canyon. I really probably should have opened with that as well. To say I'm complaining about how little content the game gives me, I'm actually forgetting to talk about a fair amount of it. So this is potentially quite a good fun level, so I mean even Team Rose can't really balls this up. Oh, there's a Bowser train up ahead. I know they're not Bowsers, but they look like Bowser to me. They're kind of horned things, or at least they did when I was younger. So, well, I mean, Amy just explained grinding there, and I was talking over her, so we'll come back to that later, I suppose, when we get a proper thing. Ah!
Spin up that pole to go up. Amy, why don't you use your tornado hammer here?
So, blue tornado. Well, it's not blue tornado because you're not Sonic. Tornado hammer, jump, press X. And that will make a tornado, which allows you to slide up poles in the best kind of physics. There's actually one of Amy's moves we've not really shown off yet, if I kill these guys. So she can actually hover in a sense. So if you jump, this is supposed to be a fly section, we're technically doing it with speed, which was really dangerous, but we survived. If you jump, if you press and hold A, you do a longer jump, and if you keep pressing and holding, this is an Amy Rose exclusive move. Oh, well, I fucked it there, didn't I? She does this kind of hover thing where she also attacks with her hammer. That, I believe, actually does do damage, but it's just so rare to actually remember to use it. And to really need any assistance in a combat situation, quite frankly, is unlikely for Team Rose. These guys have at least got shields, so they put up a bit more of a fight. You can use Hammer Tornado to remove their shields if you want, but really, with a level 3 Big the Cat already, good lord, you don't really need that kind of thing. Have we died yet with Team Rose? I don't believe we have. And nor do I massively expect that we will, because, as I say, they are. I mean, again, to say that they're easy is actually offensive to easy things the world around. So these little kind of boosty bits boost us up. Otherwise, hold X to accelerate onto grind rails. We can press A to jump onto rails adjacent to us. Oh my god! I didn't want to go on the bouncy rail. Oh my god! Woo! Well, we nearly had a first death with Team Rose there. Oh! Fuck. Well, I spoke too soon, didn't I? I'm an idiot. So, if we die, we respawn at a checkpoint. Like I said in the first episode, we're unlikely to die at Team Rose unless the game screws us over, which Rail Canyon does regularly. The grinding mechanics in this game are suspicious. Suspicious. Oh, wow, this is a challenge. Holy crap. Suspicious. Why can I not do this? Woohoo! Whoa, man, don't try and jump onto those bouncy tracks, I gather. Yeah, suspicious to say the least, got there eventually, that just switching tracks can sometimes just kill you, because it's basically if you hold right and jump, you'll switch onto the track to your right. But apparently sometimes you just don't. Fun, isn't it? Right, let's try and not die this time. Oh my, whoa, we got on one of the interesting rails, it appears. I didn't want to be here. Oh, we got on one of the twisty ones. I don't know why I'm big, it just made me big for some reason. As in Big the Cat, not physically large. I don't know if there is much of a difference between characters on that. I always feel like your speed type will make you faster, but that may not necessarily be the case. Aha. So now we actually need to kill these enemies, and now actually we've not got a high level big, so we're actually having to think about combat, which is extremely rare. Oh dear, I burped while speaking, that was embarrassing. We have to be careful while fighting as Team Rose, which is rare. Those little lights will change the direction of the glowing tracks from blue to red. I realise upon saying that the blue and red are not directions. There'll be one connection that's made that's blue there, and then a second one that's red, so it will switch them to another direction. There we go. That was slightly bizarre there, that they kind of glitched out. These bits look kind of complicated, but essentially they do really play themselves. I believe we're nearly at the end. There we go. Well, we've had our first death and then some as Team Rose, but hey, I don't think we got the toilet time key to the end, so... I call it toilet time because the bonus level looks like a giant bit of plumbing, like a U-bend. Well, not a U-bend, but at least some kind of tubing. Anyway, D, that's embarrassing. Let's head on to Bullet Station.
Look at all those cannons!
So, this is generally less raily than Rail Canyon. That sounds like a stupid thing to say, but genuinely, like, it's in the same kind of world, obviously, but it does have more on-foot sections and far less rail grinding, which is kind of sad. Like, the rail grinding, while it's slightly janky, is also kind of fun, so... but it just does also have fun things. Look at this, there's a choice of ways! Aren't they branching out and giving us more exciting stuff to work with for Team Rose? How very patronising of them. I really just should have done the triangle jump way because that wasn't actually that much fun, was it? I never talked about these guys. If these grab a member of your team, that member of your team is no longer accessible to you, so I can only be cheese or big now. This can get problematic if you lose all three, you die, and if you've only got one, sometimes they're not very good on their own. But with Team Rose, they just give you back that team member eventually anyway. So really not a threat, like everything in this game, quite frankly. There's a thing here which opens to my head, but there's actually a little secret here. Hey, 10 ring. I really thought that had something slightly more significant than 10 rings in it. Anyway, up ahead here is our new key, which I want to try and hold on to. So, the middle part's where you put in the cannonballs. We're balls. Ha! We're balls. Oh, I'm funny. So, when you're in a cannonball, you hold left and right to move left and right. Like the rest of the game, unsurprisingly. But yeah, you can move yourself left and right and grab some balloons. And then we land actually perfectly on top of the rail, which was quite cool there. I didn't remember playing as big when we started. Either way, let's switch to fly, and we can navigate through this thing, and this introduces something new. As you can see, these balloons contain... Oh no! The balloons contain wing things, which recharge your fly meter. The fly meter is below Cream's portrait there. It doesn't... Going up and down does not affect the fly meter, but moving around while flying does. A wing thing, if you hit it, completely recharges the fly meter. If the fly meter runs out, then you can no longer fly. Unsurprisingly. I'm surprised how many key game concepts I've not really talked through, which is interesting. Oh god, that looks painful on big balls. I don't know, I suppose that's not really where it... Well, cats still have balls, don't they? They still do hang in the same location. Rough. Do they hang? Do cats' balls hang? I know their dicks like are weird and spiky and point backwards, but I don't know if they have really descended testicles in the same way that like humans or apes or something do. Either way, there's a power core there. If we destroy it, we get launched out the front there, ignoring a very strange conversation. Me? Strange conversation on recording? No, I can't possibly imagine that. Right, I'm going to do a little shortcut here. Whoop! That was dangerous, but it takes us straight to the end of the level. We skipped out like 30 seconds there, I swear. We just had to get to the bottom of that thing and work our way up. But hey, on to the boss we go. So, we had a... We're now back to the beginning of the boss cycle. So it's back to Eggman and his machines. That's a lie, we got a special stage first. Let's speed through Toilet Town. There we go! Fourth Chaos Emerald for us, that's the Chaos Diamond, I suppose. We're doing well, we might actually get all of them as Team Rose, which is handy because, as I've mentioned in previous episodes, because of the ease with which you can hold onto the key, they are the easiest team with which to gather diamonds. You can, of course, go back and gather diamonds at any point.
Something weird in here. Cheese, you'll be reunited with Chocola very soon.
Froggy too?
Let's get him before Sonic does. Then he'll be head over heels for me.
Ready all cannons! Open fire!
So this is the Egg Albatross. It has some awesome music. I love that beat at the beginning, which is like... Love it. As I've said before, I have many issues with this ridiculous game. The music is not amongst them. So the Egg Albatross, it's best to fight it when you start to level up a bit. So for now, it's actually best to ignore the bastard and just focus on moving through the level. If you come onto the right-hand path here, you will get a level up for every character. The right-hand path you have to activate using those little switches that change the rail direction, but it's worth doing so. If I grab here, there is a cheese upgrade, cream upgrade, and if I do something extremely cheeky and hop across here, then we get a second upgrade for Amy, so she's now level 2. Which makes us in a decent position to fight it. You will get a Team Blast relatively easy on this, which can be pretty good for taking them out. We need to focus for now on taking the kind of side rotors out. You can do that with either homing attack or using Thundershoot. Thundershoot is a bit harder to use, but less dangerous. With homing attack, there's a tendency you'll get thrown off the end, so that's why I prefer to have a higher level Thundershoot, which is why I'm again going to focus on coming to these side sections and getting the level ups again. This whole level is actually a giant loop. So if you go all the way around it, you'll just get right to the beginning, but in that time you should have gathered a level up for every character. We've got a Team Blast, so this should get us a final level for everyone. Whoop! So that does a fair bit of damage, and everyone's up to level 3. So, let's do a quick Big the Cat, and we'll wait for it to come back to us. Because Big the Cat is now supercharged, so there we go, there's our moment. Fire some shots into it. And wait for it to come near again. We can basically, obviously, Big the Cat's attack is less good up close, but if we wait for him to come to us, we can launch one of these guys straight at him. And wallop, there's our moment, and we should be able to hit him with a spin. Oh fuck, I'll just Thundershoot him actually, because we should be high enough level that Thundershoot will do a fair bit of damage. It's on 6. Whoop, those are robots. There we go, 5. Okay, so each Thundershoot. See, you need to be level 3 for each Thundershoot to even do like 1 or 2 damage. Right, so it's now into blimp mode. This is much easier to fight. Switch to speed mode and hit it with homing attack. If you get a good homing attack in, you'll kind of attach to it. It's the only real way I can describe it. We're near to getting another Team Blast anyway if we just gather enough of these rings. You can see our Team Blast meter going up with every ring we gather. But if we hit it with homing attack, oh no, it got away. You homing attack onto its nose and then you just kind of stick there. There we go. So just keep using homing attack there and you will just keep dealing damage to it. Every time you use homing attack, you also get a tiny bit of Team Blast meter filled. Or not. That's apparently not true. Well, that's enough for now. We'll hop off here, gather some more rings, do along here, and should get a Team Blast. There we go, and wallop! Oh, fuck. Wow, I'm right in the middle of everything here. Now, as you'll have noticed, it's back to the Egg Hawk, which I quite like. That it was beneath all the fluff, it was just the Egg Hawk, which is kind of cool. We can do a lot of damage to it just using homing attack here, because we're invincible, and also we're level 3. There we go. I quite like that boss battle. Because even despite Team Rosa's attempts to make it pathetically easy, you do still have to think about it, so it does keep you on your toes a little bit, which for this game, for Team Rosa's version of this game, gives you something at least to keep you entertained. Anyway, thank you very much for watching, and I hope you'll join me next episode for the Jungle Zone. Thank you very much, and good day.
Hey, it's just a stupid copy.
Froggy, where are you? Let's go home.
Cheese, what's wrong? Oh, no. Yes. A chow nappy. But why? I'm not really sure, but betcha Dr. Eggman has something to do with it, and we're not gonna let him get away with it. Come on, let's get out of here.
Okie dokie.